kick off the program for today. This is from the Danish Ad Council. I was talking yesterday about how marketers could change the world, and even in sustainability and other things, we have an obligation, I think, to inform and educate. And this is just a great example. The helmet has always been a good idea, and the the Danish Road Safety Council asks us to imagine, what if a Viking decided he didn't want to wear a helmet because he just didn't like it, made his head itch. So here we go, and it's in Danish, so I will translate it for you. There's subtitles, but I'll translate it a little for the podcasters at home. He yells out, "Here comes a little boy with the helmet. To the ships!" He yells, "To the ships! Shouldn't you be wearing a helmet?" "No, it's annoying. It makes my scalp itch." But he says, "I'm a careful rider." No one's saying you're not, but what do I do when I get there? Do I have to run around England wearing a silly helmet? Well, yes, I think you should. Somebody else yells at him. He doesn't want to wear his helmet. Makes his scalp itch. Anyway, finally he gets to his wife comes out, says, "You can go looting all you want, but you got to wear your helmet." So he puts it on, and everybody laughs. Oh, I bet the English wear helmets too. "To the ships," he shouts, and everybody cheers. And now he walks out and clunks his head at the gate. Are you okay? Yeah, that's pretty good. Now let's go over to the news and stuff. Martec capabilities exceed marketing's ability to utilize them. What a surprise. Human beings love tools, and toys, I would say, is more appropriate to marketing. We need Martec to make the magic happen. And you might want to check out my book, Spinning Straw into Gold, The Magic of Turning Data into Money. It has very little to do with the tools, just saying. But we believe it in marketing, and furthermore, we're trained to believe it by the market. We only hear the success stories that are well-funded and have lots of Martec support. We end up with more tools and features than we're able to fully utilize. And so Gartner says the utilization is only 58% of their stack's full capabilities. My guess is that's way overstated. Back in the day, back in the 1980s, the PC was invented in, I think, 1982. I was the only one in my consulting firm that had a PC. We paid $5,000 for it, and it had no hard drive. And I was able to do some stuff with it, built some spreadsheets, and they caught on. And I was asked to speak at the New York Catalog Conference, I think, or Database Conference, and I talked at the downtown Hilton, and I asked to use a computer or to use a screen to hook my computer into, and they said no one had ever asked for that before. Why would you want to use a computer in a marketing presentation? Anyway, I was the very first one in New York Hilton to ask for that, they told me. So we made it work, and no one in there had a computer in their marketing department. But I got really good to do presentations. I used to use the graphing capability with text labels, and I would make graphs that the text would fit in the places it belonged. And then I would put a black drape over my head and take a 35 millimeter camera with a one of those remote clickers, so that I wouldn't wiggle the camera, and I would build my own slides instead of spending the $6 a piece, so I could have more and better slides than everybody else. Anyway, then they changed all of the interfaces with the Lotus 123 for Symphony, and then I went to Quattro, and then they changed them all for that. And I decided that keeping up with software was like continually going through first grade with a different interface or maybe in a different language. And so I decided to give up and use as little as possible of every software package. And I think that's kind of Scott Adams says the on the cloud software is designed to make us permanently feel stupid. So you should focus on the people and the process instead of the technology first orientation. Google admitted that they were using algorithms and stats programs from the 1950s. Believe it or not, it's not that the stats is new; it just has more bells and whistles. We use one that was specially written for us by SPSS, and that was back in the mid 90s, and it works great. We're working on automating the whole process now, and then you won't be able to lift the covers. Martec utilization will never be 100%. No, because of all the reasons I just explained. So focus on the objective and maybe find somebody that can do it simple. Or maybe try and do it with what you've got. Okay, here's a research report that shows increased interest in advanced addressable direct mail for leading brands. I'd not heard of advanced addressable direct mail. It turns out it is what I call retargeting with mail. So somehow you get the consumer to visit your website. Now you can mail them something. And according to this study, direct mail is one of the original forms of advertising and is a $16 billion industry in 2020 with a core group of loyal users. Burgeoning solution that matches, and this ADDM was a $150 million solution last year that matches a user's digital profile to their physical location. So they go visit your website and either with a digital fingerprint or a IP address in some combination, or there's a lot of ways to do it, they figure out where you live. And this solution allows marketers to retarget online web visitors with offline direct mail. And it works great. The big problem is that for every 100,000 visitors, you get down to 3,000 to 5,000 addressable direct mail targets. And that's the number one problem. It's not very scalable. Now we're working on something to fix that, where we mail something and the mailer actually tells us where they were from. So that would give us the instant ability to retarget, not if they visit our website, but to retarget on their way to the website. And I think that has promise, and we'll keep you posted on that. We've had great results with direct mail and digital working together within a holistic omni-channel mix. I believe that's true, but I think the foundation should be mail, and then you work your way out to digital once you know what's going on. Direct mail is the most cutting edge medium today. Anyway, now let's go over here to this one. 5 ways to spruce up your digital catalog. And Jim, I have one. I mean, this is a great article. I really like it. There's a lot of really good tips. The one big missing tip, the best way to spruce up your digital catalog, print it and put it in the mail. Who would have thought? Right, okay. So other than that, how about pop-ups? And what by pop-ups he doesn't mean, you can't turn the page unless you go to our site or something. What he means is additional product information. Back when Land's End was starting their digital journey, they paid for a study and found that people didn't like a lot of copy. Now the silly part was that Land's End had basically grown by putting in articles about the sheep grazing in New Zealand and how authentic all the stuff was in the Land's End catalog, and and all the sourcing that they went through, and they really did. I was working with them one time, and I was told to go down to the library because they thought there might be a book there I was looking for, and I overheard them when they were starting their housewares, and across the hall, they were having a meeting with a bath towel vendor, and they said, we don't want to tell you how to make bath towels, but we want to tell you that we do stand behind our product, and so we want you to basically figure out the very best bath towels you can make. That's what we want to sell. And it was nice to hear. It was nice to hear the purchasing people have the same message as the catalog and the marketing, the pitch. But anyway, ever since then, digital or offline catalogs, paper catalogs, have had these little pictures and almost no copy. And it's really a shame. And with an online catalog or with or with a link from your catalog, your offline catalog to the product, you can have as much copy as you want. Why not give me the information? I searched for 5 years to find a refrigerator to replace my working but no light refrigerator, and I could never get the dimensions. They would never put in credible dimensions. And finally I found a website that had credible refrigerator dimensions. Why wouldn't you leave that in there? That was like furniture 101 when we were doing business to business furniture. You had to have the dimensions. What good is it if it won't fit? I don't want to remodel my house because I got a new refrigerator. Keeps the food cold. What more do you need? Yeah, okay. The new one came without an egg tray, with all the eggs. And I always thought, why would you take all the eggs out and put it in that tray? The new one has just a shelf for eggs. And you can put the whole carton in there and open it up and you get all the eggs and you don't even have to pull them out of there. Genius. Genius. Progress. The future. Okay, so are you hyperlinking your product, pictures, and descriptions? These can take customers directly to your e-commerce site, enabling them to complete a purchase. And we're working on stuff that can do that even better from your phone and stuff like that. But, put on links to YouTube videos and Vimeo videos so I can hear about how to install it. I ordered a wireless thermostat so we can adjust the temperature when we're upstairs in bed. I don't know why I did that. I got some complaints from someone very close to me saying it isn't getting cold up here. So now she'll be able to play with the thing to her heart's content. Heaven help us. But anyway, I see there's do-it-yourself installation videos on YouTube for that particular Honeywell Wi-Fi connected thermostat. It also runs on a battery and will work without it. Okay, easy buying experience. Oh my gosh, for all that we talk about trying to predict what a customer will want next and all the rest of it, make it easy for heaven's sakes. If your digital catalog doesn't at least include a shopping cart so you can immediately check out once you find something you want, put an online order form. I remember working with Gurney Seed and Nursery out in Yankton, South Dakota, and they said, man, the ROI on our internet development is unbelievable, through the roof. I said, what have you got? They said, well, instead of trying to put our whole catalog up on the internet, and this is probably 1996 or 7 or something, instead of trying to put the whole catalog up there, we just put our order form up there, and people can fill in the blanks, and then they can order. They said, you wouldn't believe it. We get so many orders that way. They can put in their credit card. I said, yeah, I'd believe it. If you're going to mail a catalog, that might be all you need. I'm not saying that, but, make sure your catalog is connected to your e-commerce site. There's so many ways to do it, right? Boost traffic to your catalog. Meta tags. Add meta tags so Google can find your products inside your catalog. And, don't just automatically say, well, we're going to go with some dynamic JavaScript, catalog software that we saw at some trade show or something. Think about making it simple. In a PDF, you can embed links, make it downloadable. You can make it beautiful. There's a lot of ways to do it. Okay. Then there's also dynamic remarketing. That's just this is regular remarketing. You do it with paper. You can mail them a catalog. You can mail them a postcard about the product they were interested in. But basically, retargeting is tracking them and sending up a picture of the product to Google Ad Network. And whenever they go to another site, you can post a banner ad on them because they can track you. I don't know how that's going to, this is we're talking about first-party cookies, giving them to Google Ad Network. I don't know how that's going to shake out with third-party cookies, but basically, you're going on Amazon. Why I don't shop, one of the reasons I don't shop on Amazon, and why I use a private browser all the time. But you go on the site that you're interested in, and then wherever you go, it follows you around. Yeah, okay, you can do that. Email may be old, but it's effective. It's not as old as I am. So do a drip campaign. Welcome and thank you. Then products you think the customer might like. Be careful with that. I love what Amazon does. They never say, we think you might like this. You think they do because the products appear in the right-hand column. What do they say? They say, people who bought this, which you bought, also bought. No implication that you'd like it. Not even an implication that the people who bought it liked it. They just said, these two things seem to go together. Brilliant. They've been doing that since day one. I can even tell you, if I had the time, how they make it work. How they made it work from the very first day that they did it. Okay, and then follow up with a discount offer. And check the stats. You know, you can check the browsers and all that, and time on a page and all that. But you might want to just do a space analysis, which we used to call it, and look at the sales and profitability. You know, there's a cost per. I always use a percentage of page. So what's the percentage of page in the catalog, and then what's the percentage of sales and margin? That way you don't have to have, you know, go crazy with a ruler trying to figure out square inches on a phone appearance. Another good advice, with Chrome browser inspect feature, you can see how it looks roughly on a phone or a laptop or a desktop. And if you're not getting any phone orders, maybe you're not, you know, maybe your catalog, we're only getting a little picture on the side of the page and you can't see the rest of it. So, but the number one tip I would offer, Jim, is don't just wait till people come to you. Don't just have a virtual catalog. Have a real one. Print it. And if you need help, we can find you help at wdma.org. We've launched, I don't know, a dozen catalogs and helped with 70, 80, something like that, tune their best practices. So, like and share. Your friends will know you're smart. I'm John Miglosh. Have a great day.